Saturday morning and heading down to the convention centre now for the first time as a first thing to do on one of these days. I'm going to actually queue up for Warehouse 13 in Ballroom 20. Apparently the line for Hall H is as big as they've ever seen it, and it's the Hobbit that's on in there later. Or that's what they think is one of the ones that's attracting a massive crowd, so that's what they were queuing from 7 o'clock last night for. So Ballroom 20 is still maybe fairly crowded, but the other thing to go for then is Geek Sundry in Indigo Ballroom. Now the only thing about that is I feel like I've seen so much of Geek Sundry with being down on YouTube Live and being up in the Geek Sundry off-site event and all that, that, you know, to queue up to go to see yet another panel after seeing all that fairly easily seems like an awful lot of work for the same sort of stuff. And I'm going to hear about it all straight away anyway, because Geek Sundry, I mean, being an online TV channel, or being an online channel, a web channel, they're going to put everything on the web anyway. So Warehouse 13 is what I'm going to aim for now. The other advantage of going for Warehouse 13 is straight after is Once Upon a Time, and I've never seen Warehouse 13 before. I tried to get into them last year and I was the one I queued for hours and didn't get in. And Once Upon a Time, obviously this is the first year now at Comic-Con, so I'm going to get 2 panels for 1 queue, and I think that'll be worth it. Well, that was a waste of 2 hours. Got fairly close to the front of the line eventually. It's probably about 50 people ahead of me, but they just cut it off. One thing that frustrates me about Comic-Con, now it's not I mean, obviously I'm frustrated by the crowds and the long queues and everything like that, but I mean, they have the best queue management I've ever seen, but for Ballroom 20, according to tweets, there was people, I would have had to have been queuing from about 7 AM to get in there, and people who started queuing at 7 AM got in for the start of the talk at 10, and when the talk started the room was only half full. So I don't know why they don't start loading the room, you know, half an hour earlier, because it was about 10:40 by the time I got to close to the front of the line, and they said no more people are getting in for this one. And it just seemed like, you know, what's the point, or why not just start loading the room half an hour early, get the room full when the panel starts. So it seems like the first panel in Ballroom 20 is only ever at half capacity whenever it starts. So I'm heading over to Indigo here. According to tweets, there's no queue to get into Indigo now at all, and obviously that was a lie, because there is a queue. Well, that was another waste of half an hour. Didn't get in there either. Very, very few people seem to have left after the previous talk. The line wasn't that long, so jumped in the back, but the room holds a few thousand. I reckon maybe 100, 150 people moved in after the talk finished. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to bother with any more panels, because, you know, unless I wander by and there's no queue or something, because this is exactly why I didn't like Comic-Con last year, and this is why I just thought I'd give it one go this morning when there's not much else to do. So I'm just going to go get something to eat now, maybe wander around the exhibit hall floor. Well, I've had lunch, or a late breakfast. In fact, one pro tip for Comic-Con is don't skip breakfast so you can get in the queue for a panel early, because you probably won't get in the panel and then you just be standing around for 2.5 hours without anything to eat, starving. So I'm just going back to what's worked for me for the last couple of days, and just doing off-site events. I'm going back down to YouTube Live. I think Greg Benson, Mediocre Films, he's doing something down there at 1 o'clock. It's 10 to 1, so instead of being in a queue for 2 hours to get into it, I'm just going to head down there with 10 minutes to go, and if it's anything like yesterday, I'll probably get in. Here we go, I'm back in YouTube Live. You see there's plenty of people here. But just walk straight in, no queue or anything, so see if Greg's doing his thing up here.
A warm round of applause for Greg Benson of Mediocre Films. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Have a seat.
It is a pleasure to be here and be somewhere where we can just talk seriously about what we do.
Yeah, let's talk about old media versus new media. What do you think old media can learn from social media like YouTube?
Absolutely. Well, certainly over time, you know, you see that the two are kind of becoming one. And
hold on, Greg. Guys, so sorry. I'm getting something from the booth. I guess we're streaming this live and the numbers are dropping. I guess people think that it's kind of boring. That's kind of what people are saying in the comments. Would you mind just putting these on while we talk?
No. Look, I'm here to have a serious conversation.
No, me too, and I'm here to do a serious interview, but just, I mean, you know, you gotta kind of play to the audience a little bit, and we want this to get seen, and I know the internet loves cats. Would you mind just putting these on?
All right, I know the internet, but so just wear these and then we can continue.
Yeah, we'll just continue to talk. Thanks, man. That's great.
Is that good?
Yeah, you look great. You look adorable. Really cute.
Is it helping the numbers so far?
Yes, our numbers are back to an acceptable level.
So basically,
yeah, old media versus new media.
Right. Watch how they interact with the media, whether it's old or new.
Right. Sorry to interrupt. The numbers have dipped to an unacceptable level. Would you just put on the rest of the cat outfit, please?
You want me to?
Yeah, there's a little nose and a little tail. We thought that would be kind of cute. So I think people will really like it.
I'm sitting down. I don't see what a tail is gonna.
They'll know it's there. They'll know it's there.
So you really want me to just kind of? Is this straight? I can't do it.
Just an elastic band.
I'm just doing this because I love the internet. I just want to help out.
Thank you. I
don't think that this is gonna do anything.
No. Shove it down your pants. Just shove the tail in your pants. All right. Oh, that is cute.
This is very unorthodox.
So, God, sorry. Well, let's move on a little bit. Do you see any trends in social media?
That was Greg Benson, Mediocre Films. If you don't watch his videos, you should. They're really funny. And he's got a few from Comic-Con here that are more entertaining than mine. So check those out. I'll put a link below, maybe an annotation too. And yeah, that was a bit short. It wasn't running for an hour or anything, so I'm heading down now to the exhibition hall floor. There's my Gimpy Life is doing a meet and greet and a signing and stuff at one of the booths. So Teal Shearer and I think Sean Becker and maybe a few others will be there. And yeah, this will be the first time I've set foot on the floor now since Wednesday.
Sorry?
What's going on? How's your
I just got here, so.
Yeah? See anything awesome? Hi, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday night, so I'm on my way to SlamCon. That's what I did last year. It's one of the events that Beer Grant organised as an alternative to the sci-fi party that people like writers and all that don't get invited to anymore. So it was really good fun last year. I was sitting around just chatting, drinking. It was a really laid back event. So hopefully it'll be the same this year. It's not in the same venue. It was in one of the hotel lobbies. Last year I think it was a Marriott. This year it's in a bar or something. I'm going to have to go and get out my phone, figure out where it is, because I don't see it around here. It's supposed to be between 9th and 10th and Market. So hopefully it'll be good. Well, out of everything that's disappointed me this year's Comic-Con, and there hasn't actually been that much, that was by far the biggest disappointment. Last year's SlamCon was probably one of the highlights. It was great just sitting down in a hotel bar and chatting to writers and producers and stuff from TV shows. And people could sort of join each other's conversations, have group conversations, that sort of thing. It was just really laid back and good fun. That was a really loud, crowded, overheated bar where there was a few actors there. There's probably writers and producers as well, but they were all just standing talking to their friends or talking to the person next to them. I mean, that's basically all you could do, is just shout at the person next to you over the volume of the music, and that was it. There was no conversations or anything like that. That was just everything that made last year's SlamCon so good was gone. I don't know what they were thinking putting it in there, because that's just really not what it was supposed to be. So I just stayed. I stayed half an hour just because I knew some people there and they were trying to get me to stay, but it was just a complete waste of time.